Alrighty, and here we are again, back down at the beehives. Now, my name's Brian, for those of you that don't know, and my YouTube channel is called Not That Brian. And I'll kick this off by saying I really like beekeeping, sustainability, nature, and the occasional leadership and learnings rant post. Today it's all about beekeeping. So this gadget on my head, by the way, is a GoPro 13 Black, so GoPro Hero 13 Black. Shoots some amazing video. We're just learning to play with it. Otherwise I shoot on an iPhone with a plain old stand. So you're going to get two for the price of one out of me today. Now the purpose of this video, firstly, beekeeping video, is just to check all of my hives. I want to look for honey, I want to check for pests, and the first thing I do is I start them off with a bit of smoke and get them used to the idea that they're about to be inspected. It also confuses them and mellows them a little bit so I don't get greeted with angry bees. Well, they're not really that angry, they're actually pretty mellow, these bees. And the main reason, one of the other reasons I'm going to be inspecting them, is to look for frames of honey and see if there's any frames of honey that are worth harvesting. But also, I have a nucleus hive that needs some reinforcement, which means I'm probably going to be looking for some, if I can find one, a queen cell would be absolutely awesome. If I can find a queen cell, great. If I can't find a queen cell, you know, a frame that's covered in nurse bees and eggs would be awesome. Now this particular frame, this hive, for those of you that don't know, is my long Langstroth. Now it's exactly the same as one of those normal stand-up hives that you'll see over there, except it's up on legs. And what that means is that it's really easy to work on. It's all, you know, same height as a bench basically. It's superb. So if you've got back troubles, or if you don't like the idea of lifting whole boxes of frames and all the rest of it, you can't go wrong with a long Langstroth. You really can't. They're so easy. Now this beehive I've had for about 5 years. I'm in the Dandenong Ranges in outer Melbourne. Now in outer suburban Melbourne, it snows up here, and this hive was just like any other hive, 10mm pine. But if you look down here on my GoPro video, you can't see it over there on the iPhone version, but you'll see that that's the original hive there. Behind this wood I've got EPS foam, and then another layer of plywood on the outside. So this whole thing is super insulated. In here, same thing, insulated. Now this hive had a bit of a struggle over the winter. We didn't make much honey last year. I didn't harvest any. So what I did, I basically brought it out through winter. It was quite weak. I've been feeding it all summer, and this is my feeding frame. As you can see, there's no sugar water in there now. They've stripped it bare, which is great. So I'm going to fill it up with some 1-to-1 sugar water syrup in a little while, but we'll do that at the end of this post. And don't forget, of course, if you like beekeeping, if you like my style of presentation, if you want to learn with me along the journey about beekeeping with GoPros, or cool climate beekeeping, or backyard beekeeping, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. Just trying to grow my channel. Okay, that's going to need some cleanup. And one of the things we see with most of these hives is that they put a lot of effort into keeping them super insulated, and they put propolis everywhere, which is that comb material you can see. And this hive will get curious in a little while. I'm not interested in getting swarmed by bees, so I tend to over smoke a little bit, which isn't great for the bees sometimes, but that's just how it is, girls. Sorry, the boss is in town. So as you can see, I've got my tools all set up there. I love the Langstroth, the long Lang. It's so easy to use. Now what I'm going to start with is just cleaning up this frame a little bit, because if I don't clean it up, this stuff will build up and it'll be really hard to open. Now you'll see the next one, which is the brood chamber. I'll come back and get that a bit later. You'll see in the next one, in the brood chamber, they will go overboard with propolis, and it will be very hard for me to get into. It's a risk I'm prepared to take. Just cleaning it up there. And on the inside too. Gosh, they've been productive. I went away for a week. Well, 10 days actually. And it's amazing what they can do in that time. Listen to those girls, they're happy. That's not a dangerous buzz, by the way. If you're new to beekeeping, that's a normal hive buzz. You can actually tell a lot about a hive just by the way, just by the buzz or the absence of a buzz, dare I say it. Now, the purpose of this beehive inspection is threefold, as I said. One, look for pests, look for queen cells, and find a frame or two to transplant into my baby hive. 2, feed the hive. And 3, if there's plenty of honey, harvest some. But I won't be harvesting honey from this hive, because this one I've been feeding sugar all summer. However, it may have some frames for me that I can use to take up to the baby hive. So first things first, let's see how much honey we've made in the last 10 days. Empty frame, no activity. Now last time round they were starting to put honey in these two, so this will be interesting. Empty frame, that doesn't look good. What have we got there? Some crapola. That does not look good at all. What have we got there? Looks like possibly some wax moth larvae. So this is not a good sign. This is why we do this, folks. We have a look and we see what we find. What have we got here? Bees, crapola down the bottom there. No honey. Not too many dramas, mind you, but this stuff needs to go. That's one of the problems with insulating a hive down the bottom. You often don't, you sometimes can't clean it out as effectively. So I'm going to have to give it a scrape and it removes that way. Got a little bit of bee activity here. We can see a bit of honey going on there, just a bit of honey growth. This is all mostly dead bees and bee poo, so nothing unhealthy or dangerous, but I do need to give it a clean. Can't have my girls living in this stuff. So we're going to get that out. I'm going to make a bit of room. And there we go, just like that. Get the brush and shovel onto it. Alrighty, just as well I've got 2 of these, eh? Let's have a look at the second one. Okay, see a bit more honey in this. I can feel that weighs about 1 kilo. They're working on one side, not really working on the other. Now see all these bees with their heads down? When you put smoke into a beehive, it doesn't confuse, it doesn't stupefy them. What it does is it actually makes them think that the hive is burning down and that they might have to abscond. And if that's the case, the first thing they do is get ready to take a picnic with them. So they eat the honey, so they're ready to go a long distance. This one here too, starting to see that. A little bit of capped honey going on there. See all that stuff glistening? So this is about the same as it was 2 weeks ago, which tells me that although it's summertime, they haven't made as much honey as either of us would like. Now here we go, same thing, more honey, starting to cap some cells there. This frame's an interesting one. They've done it their own way, but I'll just leave it like that. I don't mind them doing that. Some beekeepers like them to be, you know, all the same. I mean, I admit that would be easier, but you know, live and let live. And of course, if you've come along this far into my video, thanks for sticking with me. It would be awesome if you would subscribe, or if you've enjoyed the video, drop me a comment. Just helps me grow the channel somewhat. Now look at this, that's all combed up, so I'm going to have a bit of work to do to get this open. And I expect to find quite a few bees under here. You can see it's all stuck down, so I'm going to have to get in there. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's all honey. Oh, and I'm getting attacked big time. I think I just upset someone. Sorry, girls. I do not want, rather, I do not enjoy being stung. And believe me, they can sting through this suit if they really want to. So I'm going to have to get rid of all of this, which is a shame. But I'm not going to waste it. No, I am not, because there's honey in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put that on here for now. Let's get this all tidied up. Let's just put this on here for now. I swear, there we go. I would lose my own brain if it wasn't bolted in, you know. Look at that. Tell you what, beekeeping is not a hobby for the faint-hearted either. See all the honey in there? I'm sorry, girls, I've got no choice. You're not going to enjoy what I'm doing, but I have no choice. I can't leave it like this, otherwise I won't be able to climb in there much longer. Oh, let's just get rid of you. Come on. Now, I didn't like that, as you can tell, but I don't like the idea of harming bees. And if I did all this with all those bees on there, a lot of them would wind up getting stuck or crushed or worse, if there is a worse thing. So I shook them off, and they're all sitting down there in the ground now, thinking what an evil man our beekeeper is, because he's ruined our day. Unfortunately, I have no choices. I have to get this stuff off. So I'm sorry, girls. I do have to tidy it up. Now, if you think about it, some people might say, why are you doing this? Well, truth be known, I have to get into the hive. We have Varroa in Melbourne, and although it's not here yet, I need to be able to inspect. And doing this is probably the best way of getting into the hive and just making sure you do or you don't have pests. Now, I'll come back to this other area where we had all this crud on the floor. Now, a lot of this stuff is actually from an old hive, old frames that I moved in here. So the fact there's heaps of crud here does not bother me. It would bother me if they were full of disease. I think I saw some signs of wax moth, but nothing too serious. I've only seen the one, so looks like this hive has got it under control. Oh, look at the build up in there. And that's just them putting propolis down. Over winter they do that. If they want to insulate a particular area of the hive, they fill it out with propolis. Wow, creative little girls. So let's just put all that down here where they can get to it, because it's full of honey. They're going to want it. They're absolutely going to want it. Now, next step, clean up the tops. Same process. All of this is full of honey, so they're going to want that. When I come back next time, all of this comb will be just empty. There won't be any honey in it, because they will have eaten it and repurposed it. And I'm sorry, girls, some of you are going to get a little stuck. No choices, you know. Let's just get you out of the way. And my smoker fell over, so hopefully it hasn't gone out completely. Oh, there we go. Looking good. Honey there, honey there. Scrape it up, clean it up. Oh, just gotta be careful I don't get my queen, but to be honest I can't see her. It's unlikely she'd be in the top here. Normally a queen would be down the bottom somewhere. Now what's going to happen in the next few seconds when I open this up a bit more, these bees are going to get a bit more lively. Because although I've smoked it, it never gets them all. Now, again, shameless pitch. If you like beekeeping, if you're enjoying my videos, it'd be awesome if you could subscribe. And never wipe your hands on the lawn when you have honey on them. I've done this before and I always say to myself, I'm never going to do it again. And lo and behold, I wind up doing it again. Look at that, bit of honey on here. Just for the viewers at home there. I'm also looking for queen cells, and they'll typically be on the outer of the hive. I can't see any. This is probably about 3 kilos, so it's nearly full. They're just capping off the last bits. Pleasingly, under this part of the hive, I'm not seeing a lot of crud down the bottom, so it looks like the other part was almost their waste disposal area. But we shall see. Now, I haven't used my other favourite toy today, which is my frame tool. And a frame tool, if you don't have one, get one. They're just cool. They're the easiest ways to handle frames. You'll notice what I'm doing now is just separating them all out. Yeah, getting hit pretty hard now. They're not happy. Never was a smoker till I took up beekeeping. Alright, frame tool. Let's have a look. Probably about 3/4 full by the feel of it. You can see some capping off happening there. Same again. Now we're seeing brood. See that? Just brood. And I'm looking for drone brood. And because I'm a bit of a nerd, I'm wearing my glasses because they make me look intelligent. And what I'm looking for also here, and the beauty about a GoPro is I can look back through the footage, is I'm looking for signs of mite infestation. Now I know the best way is to do a drone uncap. And I know that if you see, the first time you see mites is when you see them on your bees, you've got a big problem. Look at that, see, no crap under here, it was all over there. I'm also looking for a frame that's got lots and lots of brood. Because if I can identify one of those frames, it's got lots and lots of brood, then I'll take that frame and I'll put it upstairs. Now, one of the drawbacks about using a long Langstroth is that you can't really control or limit the movements of the queen. And I'm seeing larvae, so I know I've got one. But I haven't seen her yet. If you see her in the footage, let me know. There's a little bit of drone brood happening down there. Not really enough for an uncap. What have we got here? A bit of a queen cup going on. I'll leave that where it is. I might need that in a few weeks' time. Days' time. Yeah, these bees are certainly letting me know. That looks a bit more likely. Again, lots of brood. Still haven't seen my queen. This could be a good frame to transplant potentially. Just as long as I haven't got my queen. Another queen cup there, which is interesting. This hive's got plenty of space, so no need to swarm. Don't get any ideas, girls. I'm looking for that telltale long abdomen. Haven't seen any varroa. And what I really want to do to put my mind at rest is a big drone uncap. But I haven't got big collections of drones. Well, this is looking better and better. Lots of bees. These will all be nurse bees. This looks like number one. No, we're not seeing a lot of brood here actually. Not on this one anyway. The bees generally do a pretty good job of keeping the queen in one place. I can see larvae, I know she's here. No, she's busy, but no sign of my queen yet. Alright, keep going. So I've got a little bit of honey. Ooh. And this is pretty much solid brood, this one. So I reckon my queen will be here if anywhere. I'm getting attacked. Woohoo! Don't try this at home if you're not ready for it, people. So there's the thing. Is my queen here? I really want to be sure she's not, because I'm thinking about taking this frame. It's full of brood. Most of it's capped brood though, so I want a lot of uncapped brood to boost my other hive. I mean, look at that, that's just solid, that is. So that's actually really tempting to take this one. But we need lots of larvae type, you know, uncapped brood, so they can make a queen. And I haven't got uncapped brood here. So that's a potential. But I still haven't found my queen. It's really important. I don't want to take her and put her in another hive, then this hive won't have a queen. I mean, they'd make another one pretty quickly, I reckon. Gosh, what do you reckon's going on here? So I've got 3 queen cups there, and a ton of bees. It really is hard to tell what's going on here, isn't it? Let's find out then. Oh yeah, so you see that we've got 3 queen cups, 4 queen cups that they're building out. So in theory, I could probably put this one straight back into the hive. And this one, as long as I don't have the queen, I could probably take that one and put it into another hive. So that's one I could take. I really want one with lots of freshly laid eggs. So, I'm not sure about this hive just yet. We're going to come back to you in a minute. Oh, I'm going to leave it like that while we work out our next steps. The first one is try not to get stung.